My dear artists, I'm dedicating this small podcast for another chapter. It will be just elongation of the previous podcast. It was regarding worthiness of artists working in two spheres or in two professions. And now I will be a little bit more specific about those artists who are actually currently on the fence of getting another job. So they're working artists, but they would like to get a job in probably another branch that they graduated in certain period of their life, or they are currently doing their qualification for certain job that they would like to get in the near future, or they are not having another type of qualification, or they're not planning to obtain qualification, but they would just like to get another work in order to be more comfortable in terms of financial dimension. So all of those options are realistic options. They really exist and they're quite frequent. Those are three most frequent cases, and I'm going to say a few sentences about each. So the first option, you have graduated 2 degrees and you have worked in sphere of arts for a slightly longer period, but you would like to come back. Actually, you're not coming back. You have it already under the belt, but you want to activate another profession that you in which you obtained your diploma a while ago. And that is a fantastic option because you're going to intervene between arts and your profession. It may not be the same profession or something similar in terms of art, but there is always a way how to be creative. Because what is actually creativity? Many people think that creativity is only in terms of arts, but it is a mistake. You can also be very creative in science, you can also be very creative as a therapist, you can be creative as a psychiatrist, you can be creative as an engineer, unbelievably so much. You can also develop your own methods that are a little bit more non-conventional, but also it is just developing another approach. For example, as physiotherapist. There are a lot of physiotherapists who are ex-ballerinas or yoga teachers, and they're doing it just amazing. So I was one of the first persons who actually went to the physiotherapist who works with ballerinas, because I'm not a ballerina myself, so do not make mistake, but they do the treatment for specific issues that I had. So this was really amazing, very helpful for me. It is very seldom that you can find a physiotherapist who is dealing with issues of a ballerina or a professional dancer from other types of dance, except this classical dance, especially if you are in Croatia. It is so seldom. Here in Germany, it is a little bit more frequent, but then, a long time ago, when I had this issue, I really needed someone who is going to help me. There are a lot of physiotherapists who are really amazing, because our educational system is high quality system. We really launch high quality physiotherapists. So there is no word about that. But also the approach is really something that I found helpful. So I met this wonderful physiotherapist who was an ex-ballerina, but she also obtained her degree in physiotherapy. And she was fantastic. And that's what I really call creativity. So this woman, she was a profi ballerina for years and years until she said, okay, stop. But in the meantime, she was also preparing her degree in physiotherapy. So she was very, very organized, diligent, and super, like a real ballerina. All of them are really highly organized. And that is what she did. She did it amazing, and I found her, I was really astonished with her accomplishments and what she really does. So that is a very good example, non-singer or non-musician example, but it is fantastic and very helpful so you can understand what I really mean. It doesn't mean that you're going to abandon your art, that you're going to do it probably less per day. No, it doesn't mean that. Because I'm going to explain it at the end of this video. And it may be very helpful, inspiring, and informative for all of you who are actually sitting on the fence in pursuing a job besides your art career. So this is for my dear artists who have graduated something else, but they're searching a way to activate themselves, let's say, in this other profession. Don't worry, my dear artists, there's always a way, as this story with ballerina and physiotherapist, and I believe whatever you approach, you will do it fantastic. And your artistic creativity won't be less than now. You will be more and more in the charge of your time, of your money, if you're much dependable on money. If not, even more relaxing situation. But you will develop your other aspect of your education, but also of your personality. So it is very important, and it is something that I would completely say yes, pro, no contra. The second situation is an artist who is in the phase of rethinking to obtain new education, degree, diploma, qualification. So it is another option that is not super easy, because in order to pursue some kind of new profession and being an artist, active artist, one needs better financial background in order to get that qualification, or one has to be more lucky to get a stipend for this kind of education, so one does not feel the burden of studying and getting another job that would cover the cost. So this second option is a good option, and it can never be bad. It can be exhausting for a certain period of time, but not until your pension. So don't worry. It will last, I don't know, depending on what you choose. But definitely, if you attempt to search any kind of financial resources like stipendium, scholarship bursary, even in obtaining probably not only one source could be really amazing. That happens quite seldom, but also you have got only one life and you're there in charge, and it is up to you. Are you going to try your best? Because it will make your situation easier. And that is great. This new choice in your life, it will definitely impact your development as persona. It will open the new perspective. It will definitely open your potentials in ways that you have never considered before. At the end, you may become even a better artist. You will organize yourself more. You will share your art through this new profession. Definitely, because artist and artistic soul are those souls that also have tendency and always have tendency to share their art no matter what they do. They just manifest their artistic soul through their work. And that is the point, how we contribute to our society. And with this kind of decision, you won't make a mistake. I believe that even in phase when you're rethinking of something new, that you will not make those prompt decisions, that you will make a very detailed and thorough research in order to get more information and help yourself and see how much parallelism between your artistic education career and this new career it has. So it is something very important, helpful, and it will definitely lead you in a positive way. Now we have third group of artists who obtain their degree in art, but now they are in certain position in their life when they must, or they're under a pressure, or they have a different spectrum of needs currently to be fulfilled, like additional costs, or pursuing some kind of other material goods, or planning an expensive exhibition, traveling costs, and all of that. Artists who do not get sponsorship for their projects when society gives up on them. Then some of artists who do not have certain background, they are left alone in this situation, and they have to search as soon as possible for a job in order to fill up those gaps. And there is nothing to be embarrassed of or ashamed of, because it is just part of the life. The life happened, and that is quite normal. We're just human beings. Sometimes artists can sell a lot. Sometimes when they have less luck, they don't sell much. Not all of the artists have this skill set of a businessman. it became a little bit more like mainstream, getting a business degree or business education or coaching or whatever in previous not more than 10 years, I can say. So a big number of artists were relying themselves only on income from selling their art, whatever kind of art, or performing art or visual art. They were relying themselves only on that. And if some of them had luck, certain background, that was something else. But let's emphasize the importance of this group who do not have background. So they're on their own and they're trying to find something on the market. And there are a lot of individuals who love to say certain things that may be very offensive towards this group of artists who found themselves in certain position. Especially artists who are searching for job and when they do not find the job so easily. This is the thing that all of the artists should be vocal about. This should not be covered because it is not an embarrassment for an artist not to find another job or to search for another job. It is never an embarrassment. One and only embarrassment is to give up on oneself and just to let yourself sink. If you let yourself sink, then most of those who are quite offensive will help you to sink even deeper. Because, my dear artists, especially you, who do not have certain background, you're actually swimming in a swamp of crocodiles. I don't know if anyone told you that. Many of you are very smart and curious. Maybe you have heard of that. If not, I'm telling you, you're swimming in that swamp. And in order to survive that swamp, especially when you find yourself in this kind of situation, never forget when you find a job in order to cover your costs that are just growing or to cover your exhibition because society has ignored you. Or to cover any kind of costs that currently should be covered. That is more than fine. And that is fantastic because you are giving priority to reorganize yourself and not to be old, your old self like before. You're restructuring your personality and undertaking the action to make things different, better, more related, and helpful for your life situation. You're not undermining yourself in that way. You're just helping yourself to find a temporary solution to make your things better. I hope that this is clear and it may be even a key solution against those negative thoughts. Because artists should be so mentally strong. Because artists are the persons who actually discover the truth that from which most of the people are so deeply ashamed of. Do you know why? because there is so much narcissism in population that any kind of discovery of something inappropriate or shameful or something that is really true, so something that was not invented or to lie on someone, but that is really true but unacceptable for our society, it was really discovered by artists. And the artists are those who actually do that, accept it, deal with that. And my dear artists, I'm completely there to support you and to give you this small spark of hope to all of you who are currently in this kind of situation. I'm giving you something very important this evening, a spark of hope and a thought. Your art won't suffer so much if you choose your priorities in your correct way. So not the correct way of other people's opinions, but in your own opinion. Why? Because other people's opinions are those opinions that are not under your skin. You're not living their opinions, and you shouldn't ever be living their opinions, because if you have ever lived their opinions, you wouldn't have been a creative person for all of those years. You wouldn't be different. You wouldn't discover this shameful and painful truth that was societal so unacceptable. So, what are your things to be accomplished in this process? Yes, you're finding a job. Yes, you're making a very good decision. You're making a move that is going to be your temporary thing. It doesn't mean that you're going to be until end of your retirement and end of your life. No, it will be just temporary. Even if it is a longer solution, it doesn't mean that you're going to stay in a prison. No. There are always ways how to find a compromise between your art and between your work and your private life, and everything can be done if there is a willingness. Never forget this. I'm going to inspire you. So, I work also as a medical doctor, and I have went through various experiences, various types of works, night shifts, very long shifts, very difficult work, very. Sometimes I had 7 consecutive days only being on the charge all of the time with my mobile phone by my ear. So I was non-stop on the call. And it was just not the passive being on the call. You're on the call. But did this prevent me in my creativity, in preparing my repertoire, in preparing of my dream roles that I wanted to perform on scene, in preparing my favorite art song cycles? Sorry, my dear, it never prevented me of anything. Telephone was there by my ear, but I was sitting and doing the scales, and I didn't care what anyone had to say. I only cared about, okay, when telephone rings, I'm already prepared, and in 2 minutes, 3 minutes maximum, I'm going to do the intervention. But until then, until the telephone rings, I'm in charge of my time, so I can invest my time in learning the new program and preparing myself for auditions or for my performances. So there is always a way, and it is up to your mindset that you create. And it becomes cemented. So be very careful what you cement in your mind. Okay? I'm there to break those prejudices and to help you in creating a happier, creative life. And besides of your future potential day job, you can stay very positive, engaged, focused on your art. And of course, you can also create it on your own terms, what is really very good. Also, there is a very important thing for all of those who are currently searching for a job or who have started with a job that is not related to art, that is not related to their university degree. There is also something to be remembered. Even if you think that this working shifts, working hours will tear a lot of time from your creativity, and your mind may become a little bit overshadowed by these working problems. What our civilization says, working problems. You always have an option. So, if I could have done it, you can do it. I'm only a human being, meter and 60 approximately, bunch of some crazy activities, but I'm also very happy to inspire, because if I could survive all of these things, then you can definitely combine your art and your day job, and there is nothing so deeply dramatic about that. And in order to save your nerves from burnout, from overload, from both of the sides, be careful what kind of contract are you going to sign. And of course, be careful in negotiating the working hours. So if your working hours are impossibility to be negotiated, it is very important for your creativity to stay relatively fresh after your day job, so you can fly away and for the rest of the day do your creative work. And that is what is really fantastic. So if there are possibilities to negotiate with your boss the working hours, it is really fantastic. I have done it also. And yes, I may share also this very important thing with all of you. I have also chosen to reduce working load. So I was also taking certain night shifts, so I got more free time. Some night shifts were not so beautiful to do, but after one does it, sleeps for a few hours, then it's not so bad. Then in the evening, I was like anew. So I've done it without any special issues. And with time, I have reduced the working load, and I have developed more and more my performing things, got certain bursaries for that, government support, also support from the Ministry of Arts and Culture, different cultural funds. So I was given really very good opportunities to promote my work, and it was all because of just being grateful for that I can do both of my things, and gradually reducing the workload and negotiating with my boss. Of course, if boss is a person who has understanding, then it is fantastic. And in big amount of situations, it was very good. I could have negotiated it without big problems. By some, it was not so easy, but afterwards I won. So, if you know the worthiness of your art and of yourself, and what are you actually doing for society with that, you will definitely find a way how to negotiate it. And then you will do a fantastic job. So, my dear artists from third group, at the end, I have developed a very big theme for you. Because I feel for you. I feel so much for you. The first two groups of artists, actually, I belong to the first group, and practically, yes, in a way, but I did both of my things parallelly, so I have practically never abandoned any of them. But my deep feeling is to share this hope and some good tips for the artists who are currently searching for a job, for a day job, or those who have started with a new day job that is not related to art. So this may be only like a bridge for a certain period of time, bridge that can be negotiated if the people are normal. If the people are not normal, then it is not up to you. You cannot help it much. You can just go away, change another job, and be in peace with that. But if the people are nice, normal, then you can do really very good things. And of course, reduction of working load is always possible. But when you come for your interview, it would be very much good that you mention what are you actually doing, and that you need certain percentage of working hours and certain shifts according to possibility. What would you like to do, and how would you like to do it, and what is the tempo of your artistic activity. So these are the small tips that I have shared. I hope that you will find it useful for your current lifestyle, and maybe for your future, that it will help you break some limiting beliefs and biases and all of those negativities that are imposed from society. It is very much up to you how you stand up for yourself, for your worth as an artist, and also how you appreciate your side job and how you negotiate, and how do you get feedback information from those people who are in the charge at this day job. So there are a lot of things to be implemented in this life story, and it is not only life story of few people, it is life story of a big number of people. And I think that at least 5 till 7% of the information that I gave here will be very much useful for your perspective. So my dear artists, that would be all for now. I'm very grateful that you're supporting all of my small podcasts, and I'm so happy to support all of you. Like, click, share, enjoy, follow. Please make a subscription on my YouTube channel, Dr.Diva Ma. It will be very useful for me. It would be very much supportive from all of you. And thank you once again. We're seeing all of us in one of my next podcasts. If you have any special wish about a topic that would be discussed in the next podcast, please let me know. Write me a private message or send me an email. I will be very, very glad to hear your suggestions. Till then, I'm wishing you all the best, a lot of lovely creativity, and enjoy in your work, in your family, life, friends, and everything, because you really deserve it.